Merhaba arkadaşlar. Kaldığımız yerden devam ediyoruz. İyi seyirler. Gelmemiz tamamen oyundu demek ki. Buradaki kimse zaten öyle gösteriyordu.
I knew nothing resembling good times lay beyond that gate, but I was gonna have to face the music sooner or later.
Aha, şu.
Luckily, I wasn't the only cop with a pill problem. I guess our little stunt helped some other civic-minded people raise valid concerns about community relations. Their faces said it all. I was on their side, but how could they know that? If they came through that door, I'd be leaving as a human shield and never leaving at all. Luckily for me, for once the police arrived just in time. It sounded like all hell was breaking loose. Whatever nonsense De Silva had pulled, it seemed to be working.
Eu te fiz uma pergunta, pô. A gente te anda perguntindo. Eu prometo, cara. Tu é o último chance. Me dá um nome. Nossa, cara.
Nasıl bir yer buldu? Nereden oldu?
It was time to leave this palace before somebody treated me to an extended stay. The last few prisoners were trapped in here, and more pressingly, it seemed I was too.
Ölme. Ölmez şeymişiz. Vuruyorum. Kalkıyorlar. Şuraya bakın, bir şeyler vardı. Ya.
The security switch had to be in that booth.
Çok büyük ama. Ne olabilir mi? Alamıyorum, tamam.
Either there was a switch to those doors somewhere, or I was in a whole heap of shit. It was Monday's arrest log, as far as I could tell, and no sign of anybody from Nova Esperanza. All those poor bastards had been checked straight into the Imperial Palace Hotel.
Burası o zaman.
About the only friend I had left in that town.
Ya şu. Ben de onu arıyorum. Beni fark etti.
Puta da puta!
That kid had the right idea. There was no point bouncing bullets off that thing. I decided I'd try and pick up where he left off. And then immediately regretted that decision.
Ne yapacağım?
Seemed a crying shame to let that RPG go to waste. This was like throwing sticks at a hurricane. I needed something with a little more thunder.
Mais à frente, mais pra frente!
Não consigo fazer mais nada!
Fora, caralho!
Estou pegando! Beğeni exposta!
Bunu alayım da. Belki yine buluruz bunu.
Well, wasn't this nice? The perfect end to a perfect trip. If someone had told me 6 months ago this was where my life was headed, I'd have ordered a double of whatever they were drinking, drunk it, then blown my head off.
Quebra as pernas dele! Cadê seu respeito?
Ya yapma bak.
Que porra você tá tentando fazer? Quebra as pernas!
Another dark, rainy night. Another police station. Another futile crusade for amends. Time moves forward, and nothing changes.
Acabe com ela nesse... Tô gostando dessa... Eu tô fugindo, porra! Atire nele! Agora!
Kaç tane sıkılıyor. Oha.
Você vai me pagar!
Every bastard in the joint must have known I was on the loose by now. I couldn't afford to waste any more time.
Agora é sua vez! Tira!
Police food, the same crap the world over. But I could reminisce about the old days later. For now, there was more pressing matters to deal with. Becker's blood money from the good doctor. Serrano had canceled one side of that transaction. The other was on me.
Fogo agora! Puta porra! Ah! Tu tá fugindo na minha mão!
They'd come from the control room. It looked like the security cameras were still running. It looked like the prisoners were giving them a run for their money. That's what happens when you hand some roided-up halfwit a commando uniform with special on the front and let him ride around his hometown in a tank playing soldiers. Sooner or later, someone's going to decide he's not so special. There were a bunch more in the elevator, tooled up like they were about to roll into Fallujah. And of course, they were headed my way.
Oha.
Isso é pra você! Sou melhor que você!
cobertura!
Traga esse traseiro aqui! Cobertura na frente!
Nossa,
Fique
já tô-
alerta! Procure guarida! Queremos o alvo! Você tá certo! Tô correndo, vou ficar aqui não, hein? Você tá ferrado agora, irmão! Você vai morrer, você vai morrer!
Socorro.
If the heat was rising, that meant I was getting closer to the source. I had to keep moving. I saw the elevator doors were open. If there was one thing I learned since being in Sao Paulo, it was that me and the local elevators were not a good mix. Whatever depressing fate lay on the other side of those doors, there was no point in putting it off any longer.
Continuem atirando! Não consigo fazer mais nada! Aqui! Agora, porra! Você já é!
Öldük ki.
Não, a gente vai se fuder junto! Você tá fudido!
Yok artık. Belliydi ki öleceğimiz. Yanımıza azdı bir de o çıktı.
esse filho! Acabe com ele!
İşte bu. İlla ölmemiz gerekiyor. Baksana hemen öldürdük.
I'd killed more cops than cholesterol, and still no sign of Becker. It wasn't the first time it dawned on me I should probably have gone over the plan in more detail, but it was too late for that now.
Biraz mermi topluyorum. Tamam, güzel.
I still didn't know how I'd gone from drinking myself numb in New Jersey to looting corpses in Brazil. But this was where I was, 5,000 miles from a home I couldn't go back to, on another suicide mission to clean up a mess that wasn't even mine. I'd spent my career dozing off in the briefing room. Now wasn't the time.
Fogo! Ai, porra!
Mude de posição.
Atira no filho da puta, porra! Tira esse cara daqui, porra! Recarregando! Tá vindo! Caralho! Absolutamente perfeito, porra!
It was starting to feel as if I'd never leave that place. Like one of those nightmares where you keep running and running, only to discover you're chasing yourself.
Aha.
Tear gas. This wasn't good. I needed to find a way out of that stairwell, and fast. This was a waste of time. That would have been too easy. The doors were all locked. There had to be something else I wasn't seeing. If I didn't do something soon, I was going to be crying myself to a very long sleep.
Nasıl ya?
Tear gas. This wasn't good. I needed to find a way out of that stairwell, and fast. My eyes and throat burned, but at least I could breathe. I was trying to work out what direction I was headed in when I discovered some more Brazilian architecture not designed for the American physique.
Çok yoruyor.
There it was, the tape from the Bronco security system. Jesus, it was that guy. I had seen him in the favela, Bachmeyer, Becker's right-hand man. His time would come, him and Becker.
Onu ben aldım. Heh. Aha bir tane daha aldım.
I couldn't get that tape out of my head. Why had Ufe killed Rodrigo? I wasn't gonna find any answers in the forensics lab. I had to push on.
Hey, pal. Nice to see you.
Vai pra casa, gringo de merda.
I don't think we've been properly introduced.
I know who you are.
Then you should have killed me in the office when you had the chance.
There's still time, meu camarada.
Mantenham formação! Sigam em frente! Somente o que
Tem certeza que vai fazer isso, mano? Ai, meu braço tá sangrando.
me substituam!
Adiando, adiando.
Vai na frente, vai na frente!
Nasıl öldürdüler biz anlamadım.
Bala nele, porra! Aí, camarada, me dá cobertura, porra! Vai, entra aí! Ei, fogo, tá vendo? Ah! Você vai morrer! Para, porra! Para, fica na posição! Fica na posição! Caralho!
Another pile of bodies and still nothing to show for it. It felt like I was detaching, that maybe this was revenge for something else, something buried deep in the past. Rodrigo, Giovanna, Passos, everyone who'd meant anything was gone. Like so many times before, I'd found myself alone, locked on a course of destruction. It was at my worst when I was at my best.
Tam tehlikeli bir.
Agora! Entregou! Tô sangrando! Chama a porra da ambulância!
Of bu da ölmüş ya.
perdi! Beleza, perdi!
Atirando! Você não passa de um cadáver pra mim!
Becker and Bachmeyer had taken their pound of flesh and sold it on the black market. Now I was coming for mine.
Puta que pariu! Você tá vivo, velho! Pega ele! Vai, avança! Vamos! Pode pegar ele, porra! Vamos acabar com essa merda agora! Vamos indo!
Se estiver
Beleza, rapaziada, bom trabalho. Só tô esperando a confirmação do outro grupo, mas o gringo já deve estar morto agora.
Senhor! Ele não parece estar morto!
Filho da puta, pelo amor de Deus!
Esse é um cara morto!
Ne oldu?
This was the passkey to Becker's office. I was close to the end of all this, and I could feel it. Becker! Something funny about dying? I felt like the avenging angel. I looked like a fat bald dude with a bad temper. You disgusting piece of shit! I know everything!
Not everything, my friend. Let go of him, Max. Huh? There's a good fellow.
Well. Victor, I was wondering when you'd reappear out of whatever slimy hole you live in.
I'd like to just say, Max, I just want to say thank you for all your hard work, for my family, and for cleaning up that horrible mess with the crachá preto for us. You know I'm tough on crime. I give you a bonus, but I think you just frittered it away. Becker, take his gun.
Toma, seu filho da puta!
They had barred the door. My only hope was to chase them down. I knew they'd be leaving town, and my guess is they would try to fly out of here. Rich people love to fly away.
God damn it!
Okay, Max. Now you check the main terminal. I'm gonna go and look for the Bronco plane by the hangar, okay?
Let's do it.
You keep an eye out in there. You know Becker's gonna have some guys in there watching out for you.
Yep. So, of course, I knew they were looking for me. But the airport was about the only place a fat gringo might blend in. Well, there or a sex club.
Hey! Parado aí! Parado!
My delusions of disguise lasted around 2 seconds. They were out in force. And they were out for me. But then, I was out for them, too. Every last one of those bastards. Now that I've made it through check-in, come on, you bastards.
Now